voice generation, a young but very impressive proprietary technology we've developed that enables you to generate your voice from only a couple seconds of audio. And most importantly, it sounds real. Now, this is a new and young emerging technology we've developed, so right now it won't be able to generate a lot of names, but it will be able to generate some. So the number of names we can generate depends on a lot of things, but the main one is your voice, and if you have a deep voice or a high voice, what the texture of the voice is, the acoustics of the room you're in, there's a lot that goes into it. The most important thing we have to remember is that we're not going to let it generate names unless we know the quality is going to be good enough. So if you hit generate and nothing happens, it's not because the tech isn't working, it's just because we want to make sure the quality is always top notch, and this is still very young. Nonetheless, you'll have the greatest chance of generation if you're using common names. So if you're using a name like Michael, Lisa, Mary, Emma, names that are very common, then you'll have a very good chance that it will in fact generate. If you're using more rare names, sometimes it may work, but it's less likely. With that said, let's dive into the platform and I'll show you an example of how voice generation works. So we'll create a new template and I'm going to right click to rename this, call it voice generation. And we're going to hit edit. Now let's record an example script and we'll just use first name as the only variable in this. Hello first name, how's it going? This is Dawn with BHuman. And in this video, we're going to talk about voice generation. So what I'll do now is I'll import some very common names into the spreadsheet and we'll try to generate some of them. All right, so I have a list of common first names. I'm going to import them here. And you'll see, again, some we've already recorded before manually, some we've generated before in the past, perhaps. So those will automatically load in. But we have our names in here, so let's go ahead and hit generate first names. Oops, I almost forgot. Before we can hit generate names, we have to create a variable for what we're trying to generate. So in this case, the first name, let's highlight hello first name and make that our variable. And it is case sensitive, so here we wrote name with a lowercase n, so let's write name with lowercase n here as well. All right, now we loaded in a couple hundred names here, so let's give this a few minutes and we'll come back. All right, so as we scroll down, you can see we have a couple that have been generated throughout the list. Let's just play one so you get an idea of what it can sound like.
Hi, Nicholas.
Okay, so not perfect, but also passable, right? This would work in a video. So as you go through this, you can listen to them, make sure they're up to your standards, and if you need to record them, you can do just that. Once again, the Generate First Names button is an emerging technology. It's very new. So I wanted to give you the option to use it, and it's only going to get better as time goes on.